way to begin the video. Okay. Mary, are you here? Well, thank you for saying yes right then. So you are here. Here's my first question, Mary. The Anshar, are they born, or I don't know, are their souls born in the realm before ever incarnating? Is that where they come into existence? No. Where do the Anshar come into existence from? Where are their souls born? I see. Is that an A or a B? A. O? No, that's an N, right? T. K. And is that N O W? You can't know. Are you not allowed to know when you say that? When you say I can't know, is it that you're not allowed to know? Do the fates, the leaders, do they know? Does it bother you that they don't tell you? Are there other fifth dimensional people that are like you? They're in the fifth dimension, and they might be guides even. But like fates tell them things? No. Does it bother anybody that there's so much there's so much out there in I don't know, in existence, and then you're just like not allowed to know? I don't know what I just asked. Does it bother anybody? No. Let me ask you this. Why doesn't it bother you? Because it would bother me. W E M E E D N O T K. Okay, that letter didn't spell out anything out. Could you go back to K and then okay. I think you were going to spell we need not know, but it said we need not and then K, and then it kind of reared off into nowhere. Could you go back to K? Thank you. And then what was the next letter? Sorry if I'm bossing you around. N O W. So I was right. That it says we need not know. You just need not know. Ah, it seems like it's so exciting for me knowing that like you're invisible to me. So it's so exciting knowing that there's an invisible person or individual that I talk to, and then like, oh, I'm gonna die, and then I don't get to know all the exciting things. But I guess things change once you're your true self. You like, I don't know. What are you interested in besides your charges? The people you guide, like what interests you? Like besides paper dolls and I C E P E B C E. I got nice pebs said. So was the first word that you wrote nice? What was the word after nice? P E A C E. So it's nice peace. You just like to feel peace. That's so interesting. And that's true. That's what you're saying, is that you just like to feel peace. Well, that would be kind of nice to feel peace. So that's a good. I don't know. You're selling me on it, I guess, just for conversational sake. Mary, there's things called Enochian angels, like the angel Michael and the angel Gabriel, and I don't remember Raphael. I don't know, maybe Michelangelo. I could be thinking of the Ninja Turtles. I don't know, but I know Michael's one of them, and I think Gabriel's one of them, and I think I said Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael. I'm pretty sure is another one. And have you ever heard of the Enochian angels that I'm referencing? Yes. Mary, are the Enochian angels real? No. So they're, I guess we would call them like mythology. Are they myths? Yes. Mary, we were talking before about wisps, which are like I don't know, like you said that they think like humans, but their form isn't human. And I wanted to confirm with you that that's true. That um, they think human, but they're not actually human, and they stop evolving once they're in the fourth dimension. They don't evolve any further. Is that true? Everything I said? Did you say that they were blue in color? Or did I make that up in my head? Are they blue in color? And O S T. Most of them are blue. I thought I remembered you saying that they were blue. What form are they? Do they have like 2 arms and 2 legs? Do they have any arms? They don't have any arms. Do they have any legs? No. Okay, they don't have any limbs. Do they have a face? T H E Y D A O, or is that an N? It looks more like an N now. They Dan. Was the first word you wrote they? What was the second word you wrote? Oh, C. C. They can. C-A-N. They can have faces. So they don't all have faces. They can also not have faces. Is that true? That there are wisps out there, blue wisps without faces? Is that true? That's weird, Mary. I've never heard such things. Are they animals? Are they like animals here in the third dimension? No. Are they along the lines like we have tales like I'm sure you've heard of them. You've lived 8 lives like fairies. Like are they like fairies? Like not are they literally fairies, but are they like in the same category as like fairies? Yes. Are fairies real? I R E N E N E E R T H E N. Yeah, I thought you might remember them. You just said that you remembered them, and I thought you might remember them. Do you remember the concept of them, or do you remember actually literally seeing fairies that are real? S-E-E. So, you've seen fairies. And so I'm going to ask you this just for my log. So, are fairies real? Yes. That is amazing. So, can fairies talk like people talk in the third dimension? No. N O L P O G E R. No, no, Pogger. That is reads like a word that I have never heard before, and I don't think it's a fairy language because I think you're saying that they don't speak English. But what did you try and spell out when you wrote no Pogger? Sounds like a beer. No, and then L. Oh, I think I know what you wrote. LLONGER. No longer. Are you saying that they no longer speak? Did fairies speak whenever you saw them? Did they used to speak back then? No. Did have you seen a lot of fairies? No. How many fairies have you seen? H A N D F U L. So do these wisps and fairies? I wish I knew what category to call them. They're like, I don't know, like tales, like fairy tales. Are these beings that are like fairies and wisps? Do they live out in nature mostly? Yes. Do wisps eat things? Do they have a diet? They don't eat anything. Do they live how do they live without eating? How do they get nourishment? M O N E E D. No need. So there's no need for nourishment. Does the since they live on Earth, does and fairies and wisps definitely live on Earth, like in 3D. Is that true? Yes. Do they maybe they get energy from the sun like plants? Is that possible? No. Uh, Once you use the word opaque or opaque to describe uh, like how books are in the fourth and fifth dimension. You said that they're more opaque or opaque. Um, are these beings, the wisps and fairies, are they more opaque than people and animals and insects and plants here in the third dimension? Yes. Are there any wisps or fairies that like live around my house? I kind of live like near woods. I think like right at woods. Are there any fairies or wisps that are living in them woods? No. Are there less fairies and wisps living in the third dimension than like say like 500 years ago? Yes. Why don't they live here anymore? T H I E. Okay. So now, a lot of times you spell there Thieir. I just wanted to tell you that it's Their, but I know that you wrote there. So their realm, um, their realms dwindle. You wrote Dewindle, but it sounds like dwindle. Did you say their realms dwindle? Is that what you said? So, do wisps and fairies, even though they're like in the third dimension, is it where like the third dimension has lots of different realms inside of it, and um, and they had a realm, and then it went away, or it's going away? No. I feel like you need to think about that one. What do you mean by they dwindle? T H E Y G O. They go. Well, that's what I just asked that. I think like they. Do you mean that they come in and out of existence? Like like they 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 fluctuate in and out. Is that what you're trying to say, or what you're saying? No. Well, I just asked you if the realm like was here and it goes, and you said no. Um, Let me ask you that again. Maybe I said it in kind of a garbled way because I was trying to even think of my question. Um, so do the wisps and fairies, do they have? Oh, I, so they so they don't have a realm that's there's not many realms within the third dimension. Is that what you meant? Why you said no? Yes. Okay. So why are you saying that their realms dwindle if they don't get a realm within the third dimension? M A N Y H A B E F E G O N E. Many have gone. I N N T H E D L, or I was an I S T I N T O A S T A S T. Many have gone in the dis. Did you say many have gone in the? Okay, what was the word you said after the? D I S T A N T O A S T. The distant oast. The distant past. Many have gone in the distant past. That's what you wrote just now? So, Mary, when you were using the word realm earlier, were you sort of speaking more metaphorically than literally? Yes. Okay, that makes sense. That's why I got fixated on the fact that you used the word realm. Mary, if I had Leslie and I blindfolded her, would you still be able to use the Ouija board like pretty much the same as you do now? Like if I had only her hands on it and then had her blindfolded? Yes. Yes and no. What do you mean by yes and no? B L I N T D F O L D. Yes. And then why did you say no? H A N D S. Oh, so you would need her hands on it, but my hands wouldn't need to be on it. Is that true? No. You mean you would need both our hands on it? Mary, I'm going to try something real quick. I'm going to ask you if you're here. And go to yes if you're here. Go to yes. Mary, are you here? I see what you mean. It's much more tired. It's hard for you with only in her hands. It moved a little bit, but it was more difficult. Let me put her fingertips on it. Let me ask you again, Mary. Mary, are you here? Okay. So, Mary, are you here? I have my hand on it now. Thank you for trying that. I hope I didn't tire you out. So I'm gonna turn this off now. This is my log, and then I guess say goodbye.